Be careful of our wiring. And there we go. So you need to replace your rear struts. Let's do it. Let's start with the most confusing part first, getting access to our upper bolts. With our back seat folded forward, that gives us access to this cover we'll get with a flathead screwdriver. Pop it off, that reveals a 10mm bolt. Then we'll take this cover, pop up on it, and that reveals our 3 upper strut bolts. Now we'll top down below and do the rest. The hardest part of this whole job is getting that sway bar link bolt off. Because the sway bar link is connected to the strut, it's best to have both tires off the ground. This is a 14mm. I like to douse it with a lubricant. Then we'll take a pair of channel locks or vice grips and get right behind here and squeeze as tight as we can. And you're pinching on a little metal stud. The goal is to hold the stud in place while we zip off the nut. It may slip off, that's okay. Reposition, try again. If it helps, you can have a pair of vice grips back there. We'll just chomp down on it and give that a whirl. There we go. And that's why this is the hardest part. Once we have it off, we just pop it through the hole and out of the way. And you can see here, that's the little metal stud that we're trying to get on. So we're not squishing the boot, just this little metal stud. Next, we want to pull off our ABS wiring, 10mm bolt here, and then a 10mm bolt back here. We'll just set that aside. Our brake hose is also connected to the strut. That's a 12mm bolt in the back. We can pop that off, leave it loose. Our 2 lower tower bolts are a 22mm. So you can take a little punch or a 1/4" extension and we'll knock these through. All right, we're done down here. Let's go back up top and take off those nuts. These are 14mm. Then when we take off this one, the strut's gonna wanna drop. So it's best to hold the strut with one hand, reach around and pull this off with the other. Let me show you. So I'm holding the strut with the other hand and we'll buzz this off. All right, now we're free to wiggle it out. Be careful of our wiring. And there we go. All right, we'll take our new strut, match it up to the old one, make sure everything's the same, and then we'll take off any stickers and tags that came with it. It's just a matter of sliding it in. Getting it in the top holes like that, and then we'll reach around. And just like we did to take it off, except this time we'll be putting a nut back on. Just do it with our fingers. Perfect, just a few threads is all we need. All right, we can finish putting the rest of them on, then we'll just snug them up. We'll torque those later. These are 43 foot-pounds. So that'll be our initial torque. We'll double check torque before we put our cover back on. Let's hop back down again. So down here, we'll line up our knuckle. There we go. You might have to move this left or right just a smidge, and then up and in. Nice. Get at least one through bolt in. There we go. Give it a little tap. Put in our bottom. Put our nuts back on. These are 213 foot-pounds. Next we have our sway bar link. So going on, we still may need to hold it. Okay, and this is 30 foot-pounds. 12mm brake bracket, 10mm ABS brackets. All right, that's it down here. We can throw our tire back on, lower the vehicle, compress our suspension, and then we'll torque up top one more time, put that plastic cover back on. So our cover slides into these top grooves first, and then tap it down. That's it. 10mm bolt down here, and then our cover. We're done. All right, that's it. If you need front struts too, click on this video right here. This one.